deep and long into the environment and just lose yourself there. Like I got a vivid imagination, so I totally put myself in Lara Croft, and I am like diving and swinging, and you know I'm there. So
you're role playing. Yeah. So I don't need a TTRPG game. I'm gonna role play Lara Croft.
Okay.
But
you better.
I'm just not gonna be that good looking.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say good morning and welcome to Take 20 Plays a Game.
Good morning.
This is Kelly. I'm Jason. And you're watching
the morning show.
And you're watching the morning show. That's right.
It is the morning show.
I have my toque on because it's sub-zero temperatures.
It is chilly outside. There was a nice block of ice on the floor of my vehicle this morning.
There you go.
Alberta, Canada.
God bless the Texas of the North.
The Texas of the North. What am I going to do here?
Yeah, you're going to go to the dash. We're going to go to Chittity Chat. Chattity Chit.
Ooh, there you are.
We're gonna get the
commercials.
Commercials? I don't get commercials.
So this is the reason that yeah, but you're.
I didn't update.
It's your channel, and you're watching through your channel. I'm watching as a separate viewer.
Oh, there you go.
What do you got on the back of that that's doing that? It's genius. Yeah, I can see how it works, but I mean that was amazing. It works both ways.
That's what those. No, it doesn't. But that's what those little, those little pop things on the back of all the girls' phones.
Yeah, that's
it's the same thing.
Yeah, but this is more intelligent.
Well, it's built in.
Sorry, everyone, but that's more intelligent. It's flat. You can slide it into a pocket. It's not going anywhere, and it clips away, and then it folds out and does the exact same thing. This giant. I mean, it's like having a spindle about this big on the back of your phone. Every time I see them, that's how I see them. It's just this giant, like, ka-thunk. And I'm like, why is that on the back of your phone? And then even when it was demonstrated to me, so you can set it like this. I'm like, yeah, but you still have, like, this giant...
You can actually set them down low.
Yeah, you can click them down, right?
Yeah, but you can put them down lower. They'll stand any way you want. You can put them, like, right there. It'll stand sideways. It'll stand...
That's interesting. Crazy.
It is. Let's play some Lara Croft. Oh, we better press... was that options? And I'll put in the earbuds. Or one of them anyway.
This jungle is insanely detailed.
I know.
Insanely detailed.
And it's not even good. It's not even good. I'll tell you what. It's insanely detailed, and jungles are just going to get better.
I mean, next system's coming out, the PlayStation 5, the new Xbox. It looks like a kind of a tower monolith.
Yes.
Black refrigerator, I've heard it called. The matte black refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a new Nintendo something or other, a next Switch 2 or something like that coming out.
I don't know.
But the power in these things is phenomenal. And it's going to make games like this in 4K just sing.
Oh, I got my coffee.
I got my coffee with hot chocolate in it.
Mine too. Mine too. Every weekend.
Oh, really? Usually I have French vanilla or straight coffee.
No, during the week it's tea, and then on the weekends it's coffee. Here we go.
Why the fuck are you still looking for that box?
Oh, see, we're here, remember?
I don't give a damn about Dominguez. Find Lara Croft and kill her.
Yeah,
Find Lara Croft.
I barely remember yesterday, let alone what happened last week. Oh. Actually, this is coming back to me a little bit. Ceramic jar and fat. I like how it's giving you subtle recipes for incendiary devices and shit like that all through the game.
Yeah, it is.
So after I'm done here, I am going to head to Michael's and pick up another slab of clay.
Are you?
Yeah. I need to.
Can we expect another
the tower
episode of Greater Crucible today?
I am think so.
Oh, check this out.
A leap down and dagger in the neck.
But I dropped my thingamabob that does the job. Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Bippity boppity boo. Yeah, I'm going to pick up another slab of the Sculpey super sculpey firm clay to either add a dragon or some kind of Cthulhu. I like the dragon. I don't think is going to be scary enough. I mean, not in this particular. I just wanted something. I wanted to put the spook factor in this thing.
Dragons don't have enough spook factor for you?
No.
I'll tell you what, if a dragon ever stopped to say hello to you, I think... Oh, shit.
Now you gotta remember, my first dragon experiences was Puff the Magic Dragon, Pete's Dragon, Flight of Dragons. So, like, there's all kinds of, like, dragons that I grew up with before I got into evil dragons. I mean, my mom was a big advocate of fantasy since the early days of my childhood, but she never exposed me to too much of the darker side of fantasy. Until I hit about 11 or 12, and then my mom bought me the Monster Manual 1 for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And some of the imagery in that book
was pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Not, whoops.
I will say that, Donald A. Trampier, who else was in there? Dat stands out for me for sure as one of the artists. You have one of the original.
Yeah, it's back there.
Oh, I gotta go grab it.
Yeah, by all means.
That book is probably one of the greatest TTRPG tomes ever made. There we go. It's so beautiful. For the record, this is one of the best books ever made, in my opinion. The Troll, that is always how I have pictured trolls since
Right?
the day. Since I saw this book, that has been my impression of trolls. The Centaur, awesome. The Dragon, pretty de facto standard, but its build and the way that it was articulated, that's how I envision dragons. We got the Pixie on the back here, the Hippogriff, or I guess that's a Griffin, and the Manticore. The Manticore looks like outright evil and just like mean, and that is awesome. Like, that is how a Manticore, for the record, should be drawn. I've seen some namby-pamby artwork in some of the D&D stuff.
Yeah.
Even into the Monstrous Compendium, they just really shit the bed on artwork in that thing.
Did they?
Oh, they did. Because they were producing these huge compendiums, they had to redraw every creature, and they basically did it in... it's just ink, black and white, same as it would be in this book. The only difference is in this book, the artwork is detailed and beautiful. Like,
some of it is very detailed and beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is fairly simple, but generally, there's
look at this guy.
Like, amazing art.
This guy here. Look at that silver dragon.
I know. Look at this. Even the dragon turtle. That one's a.
Yeah.
Is that a DAT or DCS? That's
Dragoon.
DCS. No, it's DAT. Yeah, this is DCS. Yeah, I mean, just amazing. If free, like, that's a wood cutting right there for sure. Like, it looks like a wood cutting. This book is just amazing. So every time if somebody says, "Oh, hey, you attacked by a hellhound or a griffin or a harpy or anything like that," harpy's actually a different harpy. When I picture a harpy, I get the harpy from the Last Unicorn.
Ooh.
Where he releases her and he's not supposed to, and she tries to kill the last unicorn or tries to kill the girl. I don't know if we have anybody in here. Probably not.
Probably not.
But yeah, if anybody remembers the last unicorn, that is a harpy to be feared. put tits on it and everything.
Tay-tays.
Yeah. Seeing a kobold, that's amazing. You know, I don't know how long it took these guys to do some of these sketches, but
I'm gonna light this guy up.
yeah, DCS, like the Lamia, like
Yeah,
that is an amazing. The claws on that thing,
I know, right?
right? And she was hot too. Like, I mean, if you covered up that other part, she looked like the lead singer from Heart,
Oh,
right?
right?
From back in the day. Even has those gypsy eyes. I don't know if we can't really show some nudity.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Look up the Lamia in the Monster Manual 1. I mean, it's a beautiful drawing.
Watch this guy blow up. Watch this guy blow up. Watch. Here it comes. Boom!
Over the edge.
There it is. Boom!
Eye of the deep.
Oh.
So yeah, I think Creator Crucible will be on between 1 and 4 today. The plan is to get a good three hours or so on that.
I stopped and put mud on myself. Am I up?
You hit the wrong button in your button
Yeah.
mashing adventure. Gotta be tactical. Anybody encountered a gas spore?
Yes. Actually, the gang has.
Really?
Several characters almost died.
Yeah, that thing is crazy.
Light this guy up.
I mean, gas spores aside, why would you mess with a beholder in the first place? If that's what you thought it was, why would you not get out of there promptly?
Right?
Giant garlic, that's a terrifying picture.
That looks like a big old northern pike, man.
Barracuda even.
Have you ever seen a big, like, have you ever seen, like, a 6-7 foot northern pike?
Northern pikes is
Like,
that?
jackfish.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen one that long,
Yeah.
that big?
No. Not that.
Okay, the one I saw when I was a little boy,
Mhm.
I was like 6 or 7 years old. Buddy was standing on a dock in northern Manitoba. This fish was bigger than me. Okay, it was wider than me as like a 6-year-old.
Wow.
It could have, like, its mouth was this big.
That's insane.
I would have fit in it.
Now, that said, I went and visited my childhood home from when I was 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And I used to think it was a 2-story monolith and that this house was huge.
Huge.
And I went out there and I was just like, that is a single level rancher with a bit of an upper level.
Yeah.
Hey, Draconis, good morning. Reindeer Lake in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
What the hell is it going on? Yeah. We're just chilling out, talking about this amazing book. Actually, this is probably my favorite book of all D&D books, and I could just sit and leaf through it. The art in here is amazing, and it hasn't been done since, in my opinion. They have nice, like, in-between photos, like, you know, the insert art that they put in a lot of the D&D books.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't think as much effort is being put into the art inside a lot of these books.
A lot of books today, a lot of the artwork today, though, is a different style. That's all hand-drawn.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, this took some...
Like, look at the flesh golem.
I know, it's awesome. Like, how awesome is the
And-
flesh golem?
What is this?
Oh, a Gorgon.
The
Yeah.
Gorgon. Yeah.
Super awesome. Like, this is Donald A. Trampier's work. He's passed away now, but Dat, you'll see lots of his work in Dragon Magazine
Yes.
and Dungeon Magazine, and a lot of the earlier D&D stuff. Probably one of my favorite earlier D&D artists, him and DCS, as well as, of course, in the second edition, Jeff Easley. Larry Elmore.
Elmore, Easley, that's...
Amazing art.
I love the Elmore Easley work.
Yeah, no, this is the monster manual that we've got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
The
I'm
original
gonna be-
monster manual for advanced D&D. And we were looking at some of the art. I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, some of that art is just like,
is amazing.
it's amazing.
It was badass back in the day, and it's badass
Like
today.
even the green slime. so subtle, and like there's not, but it's like wood etched. The way that that's art style was is just like the gray ooze. These are amazing depictions.
And
of
they're
that.
all ink drawings.
Yeah, and they black and white. They don't require a whole lot of like color or anything. But man, did
They
they ever?
tell a big story.
They do. That is the greatest depiction of a green slime there, and it's a black and white drawing. The gray ooze too.
Does that mean the world is black and white, Kelly?
Yeah. I would say way some good chilling and reading. Yeah, I'm hoping to get into some clay sculpting later on. Thanks for stopping in yesterday too. I know your appearance was fairly brief, but we did get lots done on the Gothic horror dice tower. So I'm actually going down to Michael's to pick up another chunk of clay as soon as we're done the morning show.
I just messed up really bad.
I saw that. Took a bit of a spill.
I took a spill. I need coffee. That's all it is.
We all need.
So if you guys can see the background today, you see that the studio is now torn down and in very quiet mode. All the sound panels are off the walls, the mics are down, the camera's put away, the floor is vacuumed. All the artwork except for the sacked poster in the back, the framed sack poster, by which this show is brought to you by Alchemy Entertainment and Sacked, their new game. That's the only artwork that's up in the background. You can't see it in the frame, but it's there. So that's we're getting ready to make a move to a new studio. So we're waiting for some things to come through. We're just waiting for some things to happen here. So today is showing day. We have a showing at 11:30, and then we have an open house at 1. So we'll be gone out of the studio
That's
all
exciting.
day.
I mean, you've been here how long?
13 years.
13 years.
Yeah,
a
the
lot of
kids.
history here.
The kids grew up here,
Yeah, a lot of history here.
but
It's weird to walk away from it when you've been in a place for so long, but I really like the feeling of renewal when you move.
change.
Yeah,
Nobody
I like,
likes it, but
Yeah.
it's always good.
this particular version of change, I love it. I embrace it. I've moved. This place that I'm living in is the 99th, and I'm not even kidding, the 99th place I've lived.
Yeah, I
So-
believe it. I don't like moving. I'm done. Like I've been doing it all my life, and I'm so done.
Yeah, I got one more place, and that's 100 bang on the dot.
I have 3 skill points to
And I'm
spend.
hoping that that's going to be the last of my house. One nagging question on that clay-like substance: how are all the small detail items going to stay put once baked? Fun and sad day to leave the kids grow up. Yeah, the grow-up house. So on the clay, apparently there is, if you hit it with a super high level of heat, you can melt it and smooth it like a blowtorch. But when you bake it, it retains everything, and I mean
Yeah.
the fingerprints it will retain.
Yep.
And that will bake solid. You only bake it for about 15 to 20 minutes.
At
I think it's around 300.
Can you do that in your own oven?
You can do that in your own oven.
Convection oven.
Yeah, you just pull out your racks, set it right in the bottom there, or if your lower rack is enough room for your dice tower, if you made
It would.
yeah, then just set it on the lower rack, bake it for 15 to 20 minutes, and it apparently comes out as hard as ceramic, and it's chip and shatter resistant.
That's because it becomes ceramic.
Yeah, chip and shatter resistant. It's a polymer clay, so it's mostly hybrid plastic chemical polymer. It's really super easy to work with, and apparently bakes to perfection. So I can't wait to try that. Hopefully in the next day or two, actually. Now, I don't know how far I'll get on it today. I really want to put some nice details into this thing, and I haven't even started adding the tentacles, the magic circle, the pointy spires, and carving in lots of the intricate details that are really going to make it sing as Gothic architecture.
Right on.
Yeah, but I've got it based in really nicely.
I'm trying to pick out what I want to wear. I'm
Yeah,
just being.
yeah, this is crazy.
I'm being a typical female. I gotta figure out what I gotta wear. I'm going out for a day in the jungle, and I'm gonna do some murdering.
You've
And
got
I
to
need to blend.
accessorize. Yeah.
I need to blend. I need to accessorize, but I
Well,
need
it
to
is
blend.
true that you need to blend, but right now you're like in the middle of a clearing with a lean-to over top of you and a bright blazing fire, so
Yeah. No, just getting a bit of rest, you know.
make sure and get into camo though, so that you're not seen by the fire under the lean-to in the clearing by the
Hello,
Right.
river.
Lara. I
who's
suspected you've
who's
been
not
monitoring my
going to see you?
communications since Mexico.
Pardon me.
I said, who is not going to see you in that
Commander Rourke.
I'm talking to Commander Rourke right now.
Now, I'm
You can't hear it.
listening to you. Another foreshock. How's it feel, knowing you're responsible for all these cataclysms? All that suffering.
What have we got going on this week? We had Tripping the Riffs last week. This week is a bit of a break week.
Dominguez told you.
Side quest returns on Thursday,
Didn't you?
Yep. Side quest on Thursday.
and that is getting all kinds of weird and interesting.
Right.
Where is all this piping coming from? In the
Oh,
middle of
this is the
jungle?
oil fields.
Oh.
We're entering the oil fields. They're blaming all of this on Lara, like that. There's all these earthquakes and stuff.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're
Forward
fracking the
outpost.
shit out of the place.
Croft
Yeah, they're
is
fracking
moving
the
into
ground
your
like crazy.
area. Find her.
This is Trinity. This guy is dead first. Maybe this guy.
It's like, why are you wearing those goggles right now? And it's bright around you, and you're talking to somebody, dude.
He's like, I'm wearing goggles, gentlemen. I'm gonna take point.
Yeah.
He's dead first. Oh no, maybe they're. Come on, two Valdez. Come here. Come here, two.
I thought he was gonna shoot his buddy there for a second.
Somebody's going to die here.
Well, that's cool that you can lean to the side like that under.
I like the fact that I can do this. I can look around.
So I started playing The Evil Within last night. I finished Soma. If you haven't played Soma, you've heard me rave about it all last week and the week before, I'm sure. Go play it. It's an amazing game.
Did you play it online?
No.
Did you share that with us?
No. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to do game capture on my PC. It requires a whole other card that I don't have and cannot afford at this time. But eventually, that'll be the case. But it was an amazing immersive experience. So now I started The Evil Within by Bethesda yesterday, or last night rather, and I only played about an hour of it, just the first chapter. Really good narrative, really like interesting and intriguing what's going on. The first part, I mean, you're being chased by this guy with a chainsaw. I won't. It's kind of described in the trailer, so I'm not really ruining too much. But the spoiler alert for me is that I'm not finding it quite as horrifying and scary as Soma was. I mean, Soma literally. There is not a lot of creatures in Soma. There is not a lot of I don't know. Yeah, there's just not a lot of bad guys in Soma like there might be in a lot of other games. But what there is that the sound and the immersion, the lighting, and that first-person perspective that really makes you feel like you're staring out the eyeballs of that character. Whereas in The Evil Within, it's more of a third-person perspective, similar to what we're seeing here.
I enjoy that.
Yeah, and for me,
Here
and you
comes.
need it. Like I can tell you need it because you got to be able to look around corners a little bit without sticking your head around the corner. So I can see how it's necessary for the game, but
Watch this.
it's taking a little bit more for me to get my fright on. Well, I gotta admit too, like the things happening in The Evil Within in the first 10 minutes of that game is just mind-blowing. I mean, you're just trying to track what the heck is going on, and there's so much happening that you really can't. But I finished chapter 1 yesterday, and hoping to get into at least chapter 2 tonight.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to do the game capture thing, but I haven't watched it. What I was gonna do was share around and say a few posts about
where is
What
that
was the
guy?
deal with Charon? Oh,
Chiron?
Yeah. Is it Charon?
Chiron.
Chiron.
CH is Kai.
Yeah, so CH is Kai. Not always.
Well, in this case, it's Chiron.
Yeah, Chiron. Okay, so anyway, Chiron has a long-standing grudge with Bor. And Bor,
It's not Chiron.
yeah. So anyway, Bor had to chop his hand off because Chiron ended up in a position holding something that he shouldn't have, and it was going to go very badly for him and the rest of us. And so I lopped his hand off, and we delivered that hand.
Saved his life.
Saved his life. But he's pretty bitter about losing the hand. And Bor is indifferent. Like, you lost a hand.
He's a barbarian.
He's a barbarian. Grow up. You lost a hand. Move on. I got lots of barbarian friends who are missing limbs.
Right.
And they get into battle. As a matter of fact, they are the first into battle. They want to die. Gloriously, of course.
Well, yeah, you know what? That is the truth, too, because Barbarian, his tribe, lives in the wastes between the Anurok Desert and the kind of the mountains. And they're not just desert people, but they're mountainous people, and they fight some pretty serious stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't coddle their old and their weak. The old and the weak are actually, the weaker they get, the further to the front line of a battle that they get so that they can die in glorious combat.
Right? That's right.
That's the barbarian way. I mean,
it is the true barbarian way.
So, Bor cut his hand off, and a little bit of adventure happened. We'll skip an episode there, and now we found ourselves in the vault of the Orb of Dragonkind in the presence of an Androsphinx. The Androsphinx has tasked us with getting another Orb of Dragonkind before he's willing to relinquish this one. We sense some shiftiness, but so far he seems pretty on the up and up. And leaving this place, the door swung behind us, and Chiron decided to get a little bit of that grudge out of the way by throwing an axe at Bor. And the first axe hit the wall, bounced off fairly harmlessly, and Bor thought, oh, he's giving me a weapon. Seems a fitting gift. I saved your life. Why not? So
Bor's not that brave.
Yeah, Bor goes to pick up the weapon, and another axe embeds itself into his shoulder.
Yep.
And
doing large amounts of damage.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
It hurt.
That was it was on like Donkey Kong, as they say. And some words were exchanged, some blows were exchanged, and in the end, Chiron almost paid with his life.
Ended up being thrown through the portal by Bor after Quill activated it with her newly formed wood crystal key. She actually joined a crystal key with a wooden key just by attuning them both together. She rolled really well.
Mm-hmm.
And created a piece of crystal wood. It looks almost like a piece of petrified wood, but
that's how I'm
clear.
picturing it. Yeah. Or almost like petrified wood with ribbons of like quartz through it.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, it's really very cool. By all means, draw something, send it to us.
I almost want to draw that now. I don't have time. I know. I'm gonna finish a couple things first.
So I don't know. I don't have a clue where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going, but I do know where I've been. I'm a 6-gun lover. And a candle in the wind. Yeah.
I am going to spend 3 hours doing Creative Crucible today. Then I'm probably going to spend about 6 hours working on Sacked. And then I'm going to eat dinner and do a couple things. Watch some show with the girlfriend. Probably some Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something of that nature. Something light. And then I'm going to play The Evil Within after we get through Chapter 2. That's my whole day's schedule.
Spoopy.
Nice work on the cleaving. Hopefully there were lessons learned there. Gotta head out for the next hockey game. Catch you guys later.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye, Draconis. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, no, I don't think there was too much learned. Honestly, I really don't.
Oh, no, he's still bitter. Still very bitter.
I think he's pretty bitter.
Man, That Intellect Devourer picture is fierce.
Right?
Like, just fierce. The claws. Yeah. That's how I do claws. That's how I draw them. And now looking at this, I can see that, yeah, that's where I picked that up from.
Mm-hmm. We both picked up lots of stuff from this.
You know, it's
in our garden.
art style. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a good.
Like, there's some in there that, like, look at the mummy. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And the Naga.
You know, Otyugh, I mean, what more are you going to get from it? I mean, some of them are, like this one here from DCS. DCS on the owlbear. You could have done better, buddy.
It was a little bit off.
I'm sure that DCS looks back and goes, holy crap, that owlbear picture is the worst.
Right?
But
that's
Pseudo Dragon? I mean, that is a picture I would have on my wall.
Yeah, it's nice.
Or, like, if you had that cut out and put on a window.
Mm-hmm. As a... Yeah, and look at the Pegasus.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That's funny, when I first saw this picture, and actually for a while, I didn't get that it was a piercer going through a guy. I thought that was the guy's abnormally shaped head.
And his backpack.
In the backpack, yeah. I was like, why is he waving at something? Is he just frightened of these
That's
things?
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, no way. I never noticed the one right above him has, like, 2 eyes. It's almost like googly eyes.
Yeah, they're looking at him.
DCS messing around.
Okay, I gotta find my way out of here. I don't know where I'm going. I really do not have a clue.
Closet.
Oh, okay.
No Rakshasa. Yeah. Donald A. Trampier definitely had, you know,
Yeah.
a beautiful art style. Just crazy. Now, DCS's version of the Rust Monster. And I think all these guys really did a good job drawing for what the descriptions were that they gave them. That Remoraz is amazing.
Right? A lot of it is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, man. I am getting some ideas just going through this book right now.
I'm checking out all the garbage. I'm going through the garbage because I am like, okay, this is obviously the way I have to go. But
Even the giants, too. The fire giant is just awesome. Frost giant, stone giant, super cool.
where am I? Where do I need to go?
Yeah, it's amazing how these drawings just look like wood carvings. The lizard man, like how awesome a picture is that?
That is actually a really good picture.
Like legendary.
Why am I sneaky? Why am I being sneaky? I need to get through here.
Ever played any Under Ocean Adventures in the early D&D games? How they had the goddess of the under deep blood dual pool or whatever her name is. Her name was like blah 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 blah.
Ha!
Yeah. Yeah, you know how they had the pantheon for, you know, different gods and goddesses, and then they'd have all the mythologies, and then Faerun had its own gods and goddesses, well, and then there were like demons or whatever. Do we? Oh.
Yeah, it should be in the demon section of that book.
I don't know if it would be demons, because I think she's counted as a deity. So she would be in... Oh.
Check one of the ones back there. I think we do have Legends of Lore.
Yeah, that's the one.
So
Legends
she'd
of
probably
Lore.
be in there. I'm thinking this is the way I gotta go, but
Well, maybe not, though. This is all, like... Legends of Lore is all the Greek and, like...
oh, there it is. It's a door.
Manual
It's
too.
an actual door. Yeah, there's a monster manual too.
Just wondering if that's what
God
it
damn
is.
it, people, use the goggles. Find her.
Man.
Well, we're gonna be goggled here as I move on to the next portion of the adventure. I don't think I'm gonna survive. Oh, I'm gonna mud it up.
So, you know, what happened in Monster Manual 2? Like, they did not get Donald A. Trampier. They didn't get any DAT artwork in that one. Surprising. Oh, man. I don't want dungeon encounters. There we go. Index.
There's the bad guys. See all the bad guys?
I gotta look that up now. And it's funny, the name always confused me because I'm like, why are they making all this weird blue dual poop? But when you say it fast, it's blue dual poop, like somebody drowning.
Yep.
Somebody actually tried to spell out. It is bleb dual poop. Forgotten Realms Wiki.
I died.
And that was the original picture,
Oh my goodness.
right? And like it's taken different. The sea mother, the drowning goddess, whip of whips. Symbol is a lobster head or black pearl, and her home is the murky depths. Influence over Kuotoa, evil undersea creatures. Domains are insanity, death, destruction, evil, water, chaos, darkness, and revenge. Blibdulpul, pronounced. Let's see how it's pronounced. Oh, I gotta turn this up. Did it tell us how it was pronounced? Nope. No, it still didn't tell us. Alright. And Blibdulpul usually took the form of a 20-foot tall, nude human female with a lobster's head and claws in place of humanoid parts. Other
Zoidberg.
Yep. Oh, Zoidberg.
Female Zoidberg.
Other depictions portrayed a crayfish head, a crayfish claws, and an articulated shell covering her shoulders. Those forced to look deeply into her eyes at close range could be driven to insanity. She is a deity filled with hatred for the pain her Kuotoa children suffered at the hands of many races. A special enmity was held for surface-dwelling races, Illithids and Drow. That's crazy that's when they went for surface dwellers were spited for the initial driving of her children to the Underdark, the Illithids for breaking their minds, and the Drow for hunting them at first sight. Due to the general lacking role of sea dwellers for her patron race's current state, her hatred for them was relatively minor. And then it goes on to say how she went insane and did all kinds of insane stuff. So that's kind of cool. I honestly did not realize that none of Dad's work was the second monster. A land lamprey. Like, let's just talk about how stupid some of these creatures get. The Luck Eater. The deceptive form of the Luck Eater is that of a golden-furred cat, a fox woman. You know, and honestly, by this point, and in the Monsters Compendium series, you can tell they were just leaping through any old fantasy novel they could. Let's come up with some more creatures, guys. We need another 20 or 40 of them to fill the book.
Yeah, they were looking, like, look at that dude.
Galabdur.
Galabdur.
Yeah. The gibbering mouther. Who's that? Verbeeg. Yeah, Verbeegs are terrible too. Oh, and the Modrons. Have you ever dealt with Modrons or had Modrons in anything?
Not yet.
No?
But they are quite, I've seen them used. And really do enjoy watching them be used.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely...
there's a personality behind them.
Right.
You gotta know how to play them.
They're like bureaucrats and, straight to the point, analytical. You know, there's no joke, no emotion, no... You ask them how they feel about something, they're like the guys from the neutral planet. I don't know, but my gut says maybe.
Right?
Oh, and then these are all the para elementals and stuff. And some of those are pretty cool. We do have those, like the ice elemental. We do have that in Sap. But it's quite a bit different than this ice element. Quasi-elemental lightning. We do have that as well. Oh, lots of this stuff is like solar fusion. Well, that right there is a... what do they call them? They're in like the Iraq desert. It's a camel spider.
Yes.
That's
I got 2 left. I don't think
2 camel spiders? Get them out of here! A stench cow. Only appear in hell. Stench kine are the cattle of the 9 hells. They roam the reeking plains, fiery fields, and even the wintry wastes of the lower hells. A herd will contain 5 to 30 young. These things are breeding down there.
Guess what? I killed them all. Just stealthing them.
Well, that's probably what you needed to do, or risk being overwhelmed.
But I'm going to set bombs on all of them.
See a stow roper. They're like, yeah, let's beef up that roper. Make him a stow roper. How do you, yeah, I mean, how to replay, look, a giant sundew.
More goodies. I need goodies. What's on the computer? I want to look up what's on the computer.
With Vessel Hydra, that thing's messed up too. You know, Thunder Beast, yeah, like, can we get a 6-legged hippo? Is that,
right?
can we please
Pretty
get
much.
a 6-legged hippo? Vargo. The Twilight Blue. Oh, and the dreaded Vegapygmies.
Yes. What do they look like in there? They don't look like that in the new Monster Manual at all.
They look better in the new one.
You think so?
I think if I'm remembering the picture correctly.
Maybe they do. They just don't look like that though.
No, I mean that looks like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, pod people kind of shit. A web bird. What does a web bird do?
It's like a bat.
It's not actually an avian. It might be some form of feathered insect or arachnid. Like how the book telling you what this is says it might be. It might be
sort of something.
Yeah. It is found in semi-tropical lands, usually inhabiting the fringes of woodlands, so it can seek prey in a nearby open ground. The webbird appears to be a beakless bird, about raven-sized, with long feathered wings and a long spiky tail. Careful inspection will reveal a slitted mouth with hard, sharp ridges for biting, and a drooping chest appendage about 4 inches long. Yeah, that drooping chest appendage is what's really throwing me off there. It's like, what the is that? Food consists of small flying creatures. When large, warm-blooded creatures come within sight, a flock of webbirds will take to the air. They then gather together and make low passes over the heads of the intended victims. Each webbird can emit a 7 to 12 foot long strand of sticky, inflammable web once per round.
Inflammable web.
The effectiveness of a flock's attack is determined by rolling 1d6 and adding 1 for every 6 webbirds in the flock. The area of attack is 12 feet by 12 feet square. And they can either get an ineffective attack, 1 creature ensnared for 2 to 8 rounds, 2 to 5 creatures ensnared for 2 to 5 rounds, or an entire area covered with webs and all therein are held fast for 2 to 5 rounds. That could be potentially bad.
You'd be dead. Okay, we're shaking. We're blowing stuff up here.
That is a big refinery.
I'll find you. She just told Jonah to get off the channel. Because things are blowing up. I have to go down here and investigate. But I will not be able to return here, as I will have to jump down. I will have to repel.
Oh shit, how do I get that rope back? Thank goodness you have those unlimited ropes.
Right? Look at this dude. He was taking a dump. Look at, and he was like, "Oh, this feels so good."
Obviously, too much fiber in his diet. Died bending one over.
I got his bow.
Look at that thing.
Look at that.
And for it to still be that strong.
It's only 2,500 years old,
Yeah.
folks.
That is amazing.
It should help, she says. Until it breaks, snaps you in your hand. Oh, I could have an advantage against Trinity.
Jaguar's Pier. Skill unlocked.
Can I shoot these guys?
Yeah, and this is the other thing too. Like you jag-offs at TSR back then. Look at this, a wolf wear. You know, because the werewolf wasn't enough. Can we just flick it around and have a wolf wear? I'm not putting a wolf wear in my game. FYI.
No, I'll put a werewolf in my game.
Or a bear-looking creature called a Zorbo. That will not be going in my
What about
game.
this dude?
Zombie monster? Oh, all the time. Matter of fact,
Is that another Juan T up there?
I had, it is. I had a dream many, many years ago, about 20 years ago, about waking up in a town that was almost completely deserted. There were a few, like, not high-rise buildings, maybe like 12-story. I made my way into this abandoned university complex, and there were, like, I saw a zombie lion standing on the road outside. Like, a zoo had broken out, and the creatures in the zoo had been infected with something that made them undead. I like saw tons of undead creatures. I spent most of that dream running around this complex trying to deke out and hide.
I Am Legend style, or
Yeah, sort of. But I mean, the monsters were like an undead lion was one, an undead bear. I saw several undead dogs, and they're like roaming around this town killing people. I never saw anybody explicitly that I remember being
Tau
killed,
team,
but I do
Croft is
remember
on a vector toward
hiding
your
from these things.
position.
And the fact
I
that
say
it
again,
was during
Croft
the day.
is coming to
It
you.
was like full on bright afternoon, sunny. I mean, it was
Show me
obviously
your corpse,
maybe
and your entire
heading
team
towards
is next
winter,
in line
fall,
for
that
deacon
kind of
training.
time. But the sun was shining out, and like I remember seeing watching through the glass of the university on the second floor, and seeing that lion, like, you know, standing on top of a car on the side of the road, and like looking around and thinking to myself, like, these are animal zombies.
all right, we got these guys. Check this out. While aiming, press R1 to shoot the enemy with a fear arrow.
Where we going, Jake?
Oh, I'm good.
Good, buddy.
This guy's gonna die now, watch. He just killed the enemy for me. Hey, folks, it's ArcSpec. Say hello.
Howdy. I started streaming by myself.
They're like, hey, guy with neck and no head.
Why don't you join us down here? Everybody, you know him. He used to be Ren Buckley.
And now I'm Ren Buckley.
And Boar Horse Feathers.
And Horse Father. Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Horse Father. What are you up to today, Jake?
Cleaning, and then we're heading out.
Heading out.
Why are we heading out, Jake?
We have a house showing.
Oh, yeah, so you're just vacating the premises?
Yeah, that's why I brought my chair down here.
Oh, boy.
It was too small to allow it.
It's all about staging.
Yeah.
Ask my wife. She's the boss of this stuff.
Yeah, I watched enough of those house reno shows and shit. Staging seems to be like 80% of it. So here's our cover for Star Wars that Phil Buckingham, that's the guy who's working on the graphic novel for Sacked, the prequel to Sacked, Rise of Maniacal.
Is he doing a graphic novel of our little D&D game yet?
No.
We need to do that.
Yeah. Well, you can definitely put the pitch towards Phil. And you might
Well,
get one.
Tell him I want to have a setting up a meeting.
He's drawn for a lot of really, really big name comic artists. We're very lucky to have one.
It's active. I'm absolutely sure. I just shot that guy in the ass.
Right in the ass.
And he died. So you know he had a weak sphincter.
Wow, that is crazy. 541 military service members died by suicide in 2018. That is insane.
That's what happens when.
That is insane.
That's what happens when you lose hope, folks.
Yeah, and
It's
if
sad.
you do, like, call me. Like, you are not alone.
People are. There are a lot of people out there who are in the same boat, who just want to talk.
Yeah, talk to somebody. Reach out.
Yeah.
Oh.
There is, hey, folks, there is a suicide prevention hotline. Get a hold of them.
Looks like Morty's mouth from Rick and
Oh my gosh, we gotta tweet that out.
Oh my goodness.
No, we don't.
No.
That's horrible.
That's so funny.
It's so hilarious, but oh my gosh, that's frightening. That is super frightening. That is.
Man,
I'm traumatized.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kelly.
No problem.
I appreciate
The
it.
whole,
Thanks for the trauma.
The whole Baby Yoda thing just kills me. Like, I've never seen. That's wrong. I have seen. But the amount of fanaticism and sharing and memeing of character in a movie so instantaneously, I don't think has ever been so dramatic as Baby Yoda. I mean, I can't go a single day on social media without encountering at least one Baby Yoda meme.
Run. Oh.
Wow, the internet is rife with memes today.
It is.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of valuable information going on there. I'd hoped for better, but...
From the internet? Are you kidding?
Well,
You're talking about the
Town
internet.
team, Croft is on a vector toward your position. I say again, Croft is coming to you.
yeah. Well, we only have 5 minutes left. So
Show me her corpse,
let's,
and your entire team is next in line for Deacon training. Rourke out.
Okay, this guy's gonna kill these guys for me. Trophy earned, total party kill.
I'm actually currently running a promotion on monthly Facebook.
Look at this. Look at this. I just hanged this dude.
That's crazy, man.
I'm like a black frickin'
Ops.
widow, baby. I am
Black Ops,
the
Black Widow.
Lara Croft. Steal from this guy.
That's great. I gotta figure out how to run a rerun on Twitch.
Oh, that's pretty easy.
I'm actually very excited to go check out the play.
Okay, I seem to have lost them.
That's hilarious. So yeah, this Thursday, side quest, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we've got lots of episodes of Creator Crucible happening all week long.
This guy's gonna go kill all of his buddies. Watch.
Ooh, and Chronicles of Cryalis is starting February 21st, so stay tuned for that. The one odd person that might be rewatching this episode later. Like a Vardig. Like, are you serious right now? It's got bird feet and tubes, and it constantly spews water.
What? Yeah.
Like, that's not cool. Like the chagrin, the Hargen, the Ildris. These are cool creatures. Then you get to that Bardig, and you're like, what the heck? First of all, if it's from the creature from the elemental plane of water, why does it have feet?
It's gotta paddle around somehow.
It's got chicken feet. You see many swimming chickens? Why would you? I mean, at least web those toes. Duck feet, maybe. Not chicken feet. That wizard came up with that campaign.
All right. There's some dead guys here now. You got me some healing.
Yes, but do you have the ability to save? That's the question. Versus not saving.
I don't know.
Now that you've got everything and you've healed and you're at a good stable spot, does the game have the ability to save?
I think I gotta kill these guys first.
That sucks. Oh, I didn't even adjust this one. Holy shit. Well, imagine the coffee's helping. Yeah, the dollar store has foliage on for like model foliage.
Yeah.
$3 a bag.
Oh, you want that?
Yeah, man, I picked up 3 bags of it. Uber cheap.
Let's try a different direction. No, let's not say we did. Let's draw them out. As we will, and watch this. We'll jump up here.
I love how you can just go everywhere. I mean, within reason. But, you know, see a tree, climb a tree. Get them?
No, but I'm trying to draw them out. Come to me. Oh, he just blew me up real good.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, you SOB.
You got flanked, buddy.
Hey, guys. I think that's it for today.
It is.
We'll call it a day. We'll say thanks. Hey, he's Kelly. I'm Jason.
And this is Take 20 D&D.
Plays a game.
Plays a game.
On the morning show.
On the morning show. Thanks for stopping in, everyone. We'll see you on Creator Crucible later this afternoon.
Bye.